Oh, away with you! Back to your cesspit, beggar! A land grotesque as its people. You dreamt of utopia. You saw the tribes united as one.
Oh.
That dream died long ago. You should have done the same. Your kingdom will perish alongside you. By my hand.
I cannot fathom it. His Majesty killed in his own bed.
The blooms upon the prince's grave had yet to wilt. Without an heir to wear the crown, what will become of the royal magic?
Thus vulnerable, an invasion might undo us.
From within or without, the state hangs on a precipice. It may even come to civil war.
In dark times, we must stand together.
Your Eminence!
Who could do this?
Few could even enter the king's chambers, let alone draw close. And yet
His Majesty's arcane power could deflect near any blade. With all the royal bloodline's magic, who could harm him at all?
Shadows stir in the castle just as they did with the prince. What hellbound soul could end a royal life? Who would dare such atrocity? Huh?
Luis. A shame to die with no heirs. The prince was taken too soon. And only a king may wield the royal scepter, the very crux of his vaunted bloodline's magic, which made such a fine deterrent to war. One has to ask, them dead, who shall take the throne? I trust this will suffice.
God smiles upon the generous.
Oh, away with you! Back to your cesspit, beggar!
A land grotesque as its people. You dreamt of utopia. You saw the tribes united as one.
Oh.
That dream died long ago. You should have done the same. Your kingdom will perish alongside you. By my hand.
I cannot fathom it. His Majesty killed in his own bed.
The blooms upon the prince's grave had yet to wilt. Without an heir to wear the crown, what will become of the royal magic?
Thus vulnerable, an invasion might undo us.
From within or without, the state hangs on a precipice. It may even come to civil war.
In dark times, we must stand together.
Your Eminence!
Who could do this?
Few could even enter the king's chambers, let alone draw close. And yet
His Majesty's arcane power could deflect near any blade. With all the royal bloodline's magic, who could harm him at all?
Shadows stir in the castle just as they did with the prince. What hellbound soul could end a royal life? Who would dare such atrocity? Huh?
Luis.
A shame to die with no heirs. The prince was taken too soon. And only a king may wield the royal scepter, the very crux of his vaunted bloodline's magic, which made such a fine deterrent to war. One has to ask, them dead, who shall take the throne?
War is on the horizon. Before they command that I dry my pen, I must finish my final work. It is a tale of hope that may yet salvage this world. It isn't right. This idea of foreigners has only ever been a tool against the foreign. If we could end such prejudice, surely war would be next to fade. We would be free to travel to far-flung lands. The reality is, we are riddled with anxiety. We fight, we oppress, and magic is but a tool of war. Our world could be better. Can we not dream such dreams? In such a world, they need no sorcery. A megapolis is built through learning and skilled labor. Glass spires reach the heavens, safe nights with no dark shadows, streets well-traveled. And in the laws of these emotionally satisfied people, it reads, all lives are equal. I know, just a daydream. Castle on a cloud. Yet I have faith. I believe that fiction can become hope, wielded by a worthy avatar. I believe a hero will stand true and change the world. After all, this world need not stay like this forever. The will to believe in something beyond us, indeed that, is what we call fantasy.
What now?
That's right.
What is it? God, I am good. Oh, what to do?
My wits have left me, I believe.
Unstinking believe.
I love it. Close your eye. Close your eye. Close your eye. What now? All right then. What now? All right then. Let's head there right away.
This is on set.
Good.
Hey, listen.
What now? All right then.
Let's go. Right.
Accepting a bounty is not a bad idea. Plus, it looks like none of the soldiers from your recruitment interview are here. If anyone gets suspicious, we could fake it by mentioning Hulkenberg.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah?
This bullet bullet also has a bounty hunter ranking into it. First place is... oh, Katharina! That has to be the Katharina we know, right? I guess she really is worth her salt. Impressive.
Yep.
These contracts aren't anything you couldn't handle. They just take a while to catch up. Ugh, the capital's gone. Captain's gone. The Grand Cathedral's a mess. My work keeps piling up. What? You here for the bounties? Oh sure, have a look. You can accept bounty requests at the recruitment center. These targets are very powerful, but you'll be rewarded in kind. Bounty requests are added over time, so don't forget to check back. It's good you haven't been found out. Maybe I was worrying too much. 10,000 for Man-Eater Manjula, Fiend of the Wastes. I need to slay the Man-Eater Manjula in Tradia Desert, south of Grand Trad. The information of the informant at the hunting machine has more details. Just to defeat this monster? I guess they must really be struggling with it.
That's what you want.
This one caught your attention? It's a request to slay a Man-Eater Manjula. That's said to appear in the desert south of Grand Trad. Even though it is a run of the desert, it usually hides in the entourage of wild dogs. Take out enough wild dogs and it will show itself eventually. The military is short-handed, so this won't be difficult to handle. Still want the contract? Sure. You're brave for someone so young. Okay, it's all yours. To get to the desert, go through the large gate south of San Lomio Street. After you walk a bit, you'll find it. Also, beasts aren't your only concern out there. You'll run into a swarm of sandworms if you're unlucky, so beware. As for the details, we're too understaffed to give you much, so go ask an informant. That bunch just rubs me the wrong way, though.
Counting on you.
If you do somehow manage to slay the Manjula, bring back the Rampager tail as evidence. Good luck. Try not to get yourself killed out there.
Let's do it.
And courage.
All right, then.
Let's go.
What is it? Amazing.
Fancy a bit of info? Want in on this?
You've surely heard of the stretch of desert to the south of here. That's Tredia Desert. It lies beyond the large gate. Most travelers and cargo arrive at Grand Trad after making their way through the desert. Consequently, there's no shortage of people who have been attacked while traveling through
Just
it.
between us.
They're harassed on the journey by swarms of Malmo and giant monstrous birds. The threats are too numerous to name, but the worst is the man-eater Majula. Word is, not only does its breath burn like fire, it also spreads a foul poison. Fight it, you should also be wary of its howl. In addition to being resistant to the heat, fire magic is ineffective against it. The blaze only invigorates it, so mind your tactics. Conversely, it's quite susceptible to the cold, meaning ice magic is effective against it. You best remember that and prepare accordingly. That's about all I know, unless you want to end up as another set of bones getting bleached by the desert sun. Better know what you're going to run into. Was there more? Nope.
Amazing.
You're someone I can talk to.
What is it?
Say there.
All right, then. Let's head there right away. What now?
It takes money to do it, though. Huh. Interesting.
All right.
Come off it.
What now?
When did I level up? Oh well.
Hey. Yep.
Can you believe a wasteland this wild has been so close to Grand Cathedral all this time? Makes for easier bounty hunting, I suppose. We should attempt to reduce the number of monsters here, for the sake of the travelers that pass through the area. All set then? I'm ready when you are.
However,
I cannot overlook the fact that there are bandits here, as well as monsters. Keeping this desert safe gives me quite the headache. In any case, exterminating a few more monsters could prevent tragedy. Fewer travelers would be attacked. I am prepared and at the ready for your command.
This place.
It's gonna be full of monsters past here. Is this where you want to explore today?
Let's go.
Let's do it. I wanna be the monster. Monsters seem to be on the rise, even this close to the capital. Doesn't take long to feel you're really in the wild.
yes.
In present times, make the capital a popular travel destination. We cannot stand by idly. This bounty apparently leads a pack of wild dogs, but it's something called a Manjula. Like that? Wait, was that the monster just now? Did it approach because it sensed us?
So apparently.
Looks like it checked up on us and then ran back.
Well then.
Let's just focus on the smaller curs. It can't ignore us forever.
Yes.
So you aim to lure it out. As good as a plan as ever. So let us about it. Wait. So let us be about it. Some bounty requests require a number of enemies to be killed before you can fight the main target. Once you defeat the required number of enemies, the bounty will appear. Yada yada yada. I want to start killing things. Just let me smash things.
We got this.
Let's push through!
I can feel the power coursing through me.
All right, how's that?
That was brilliant.
Exemplary.
Yeah, nice work. Hey, great job.
Wow. I am.
Great moves back there.
I'm apparently the alpha now out here. Ooh, desert.
We're so lucky.
Damascus, Kashmir. Oh, the warrior. Okay. No one's using the warrior right now, and I think I already saw that dragon one in a moment.
On your guard! Cat!
Oh, I think they see us. Nice! I bet we'll find a use for that.
Giant worm meat. Yum.
They've noticed us.
Come on!
That was brilliant. Hey, good one.
Amazing! Great moves back there.
Hey, good one.
Such skill.
Cat!
I knew you could do it.
Is it just any pack of wild dogs, or is it the ones that have the,
Great job.
There's a blue here.
That should come in handy.
Nice.
Pocket it.
Guess I should probably follow the, Really?
Alright, how's that?
You can do it.
Skill. Let's push through.
I knew you could do it. Whew. That should do it.
Superior restaurant.
Very impressive.
Alright, how's that?
Impressive as ever.
All right, we did it.
I can feel my power growing.
Such skill.
That was brilliant.
Let's push through.
Exemplary.
Come on.
Amazing. Great moves back there. We made short work of them.
Alright, how's that?
Yeah.
Dad?
Look! I'm sensing something huge, and it's headed right for us. Seems like messing with the pack has made it really angry. The Manjula!
All right.
A chimera. Manjula? Chimera. It finally appeared! Damn, it's huge! Between the worms and this guy, the people in the town are essentially trapped. One certainly expects peace in a desert, but for something like this to appear... No kidding, this isn't the type of fellow the city guard can handle. We've got to do something.
Stay present and focused.
Watch yourself. This is no mere worm or wild dog. Yeah, I can see that just fine.
Get ready.
Here it comes. Brace yourself.
Peril!
Alright. Let's see if I did this correctly.
Vitus power. Freeze.
You hit their weakness.
Is everyone all right?
That's your
Justice
opening,
prevail.
Captain.
Freeze.
Hulkenberg got them right
Now,
in their weak
what's the
spot.
play? Let's try this.
You hit their weak point.
The
Keep it
power.
up,
Let's
Joel.
go. Hold on. I'm all prepared.
Let's see what
Counting
happens.
on you.
Flare.
Not
With a
much.
single fist, oh, power of heroes! Shut up!
Oh my god, that's weak too. Nice.
My strength!
Oh.
Stroll, they got you with multiple ailments.
No holding back.
Oh, wait, he has... Oh,
Power of ice.
You hit their weak point.
I didn't
Let's
even
take
notice.
control.
Vitus power. Let me help.
I'm obliged.
Helpful as ever.
Observe the enemy. With blade in hand!
So, this worked.
I crush you!
Hulkenberg got them right
Who
in
needs
their weak
ignite?
spot.
Are you prepared? Be frozen.
Come forth, royal soul.
I think we can just finish it off. Nice.
Satisfactory. However,
That this bounty had been left unaddressed, the military must truly be short-handed.
Even so.
True, and while I'm glad we can profit from it, this sort of thing really is their responsibility.
yes,
I could not agree more. At least the threat to this area has been neutralized. For now, anyway.
Right.
Absolutely. That's enough for now, Tobias. Let's go report in at the recruitment
What do you
center.
think?
Leave it to us. Now then, shall we return? I want to keep
Say,
exploring.
Oh,
Okay, but just a little. There may still be monsters around, so keep your eyes peeled. Exactly. I want to hunt. also see if there's any goodies any extra goodies. Oh, there's you again.
We've been spotted. On your guard.
Come forth, royal soul. Is there another way? We'll do this together. No, this won't work. Healer! Light! A tough one.
I stand ready. No.
Let us fight as one.
No, not this.
We probably can't hit
I'll
their
stay
weak
my
spot
place.
like this.
Who needs ignited? Me! The power of fire!
There we go.
What a finale! Keep your energy up, everyone!
There's no way I'm stopping here.
Careful, we've got company.
Oh, we do.
Noticed us.
And it is Ledette. Those elementals remind me of the golden hand shadows from P3 and P4. Huh. I don't quite remember what they looked like in P3. Also, hello there. Apologies if I'm a bit low energy to do any conversations right now other than doing the voice acting for the lines they don't do. Oh man. I guess you are the last one, aren't you?
Come on!
I knew you could do it!
Alright, I guess that's it. I've explored... Well, there's that one part I didn't see. Yeah. Ooh, wait. Treasure!
All right. Well, well.
It looked like a 5-fingered hand plated in gold and were quick to run away, but gave lots of money and experience. In this case, you get lots of mag and A experience. Well, mostly money and mag. A experience, decent. Okay, I think I can kind of picture them in my head now. Alright, but yeah, let's see. Any other treasures I'm missing? Not that I'm seeing on the map. Alright, I guess that really is it. Alright, we're done here.
Hey! Okay then. Right?
Yep. Nighttime. And since I'm guessing this is considered a dungeon, we're going straight to the tavern. Yep.
Alright.
We take it down the Manjula that was terrorizing the desert. So that bounty is all ours now. 'Tis a reward in itself to know that one less threat menaces the capital. Of course, we should collect our fair compensation, as we've most certainly earned it. I'm glad we were able to help people too. Tobias, let's go report in at the recruitment center before we forget. Forden's announcement is just around the corner. There's no point in trying to predict what he's going to say now.
True.
'Twould be wise to make the most of the time we have remaining. Perhaps there are others who require our aid. Or we could develop our archetypes.
Guess we're splitting up.
You know, all things considered, I think we did a great job today. Let's get some food in us, and then we can hit the hay. I say we earned it.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Lamb's Day, the 21st. The Sanctus Grand announcement's happening tomorrow.
Isn't that...
Nope, that's not what I meant. Okay.
Alright then.
Alright, hopefully this won't skip the whole day doing this.
Let's go.
Let's turn this in. Surely not. You really managed to slay the bounty? That certainly its rampager tail. You're the military soldiers fled from it in fear. You're a lot or something else. Here's a reward as promised. Take it. It's yours!
We did it.
Man's not so, best friend. After slaying the target Manjula, report it back, blah blah blah. Got my money and my courage.
Alright.
So that's probably the equivalent of halfway there. Ooh, my rank went up too. My support is changing.
Amazing.
There's really 10,000 reeve here. I'm ready for more contracts that they pay out this well. I'm afraid you can't. I don't have any other contracts I can offer you right now. Recruitment centers in other cities should also handle contracts. Take a look if you have the chance. Alright, well then that one's done. And that didn't take any time. So, I think what I want to do...
What now?
And, oh, there's something new for Brigitte as well. But, I think for now, I want to do Stroll. I hear a voice. Am I really fine with this? Should probably go talk to him.
Yeah.
Ah, it's you. Staying put like this puts the day of calamity in mind for me. I've an interesting rumor out of Grand Trod. I thought I might walk the streets to see what comes of it.
Aye.
If you're not too burdened, would you care to join me? Sure.
Alright.
Then let's be off. I've heard tell that there are some drifters who occasionally show up on this road here. I can't help but wonder if maybe they're the people I've been looking for. Grand Trod is so full of novelty. I still can't get used to all the clamor, though. In Halia, the town where I grew up, you could hear a pin drop by comparison. There was still the bustle of friendship and commerce, but
that's...
Young Master Leon? It couldn't be!
Huh?
I know that voice.
Rangeith?
Rangeith? Is that truly you? You made it out safely!
Wow.
Oh, young Master Leon. My goodness. Look how you've grown. How do you know each other?
What? Truth is...
He served me. He served House Heliatus when our house still stood. I never imagined I'd see him again, much less here. Rangeith, this is Tobias. He's a friend I've recently begun traveling with.
However...
Forgive me for saying, time has not been kind to your frame, old friend. Are you eating well? And how are the others?
That's...
After the human attacked, the survivors fled to the capital. No one could make a living among the ruins in Halia, much less restore it. Most arrived here with only the clothes on their backs. Their livelihoods were destroyed, and without shelter from the rain, more than a few have faded away. No. Then let me help. Let me find you housing. Well, I would, if I had the means. All I have left of my nobility is in my name alone. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
Your kindness is more than I could ask for, young master. I've always said you got your heart from your parents. The only reason we're alive here today is because your parents had us evacuate to the capital. I mean to say, my parents instructed you to flee here. All the more reason, then, that I have to help somehow. We could build some houses?
If so.
Guess we got some houses to build.
I see.
That wasn't a good response. I would think that... Okay. A bright idea, if I had the funds. Do you have any idea how expensive land in the capital is? Who holds authority over the area you're standing in right now? An Ishkia Marquise, Lord Hydran.
I see.
A Marquise, you say? Sounds like I'll need to pay this Lord Hydran a visit. I'll see if I can negotiate the use of some vacant homes for all of Helia's refugees to live in, though I doubt my name alone is worth much in collateral. Young master, please. Our woes should not be yours to shoulder. I already bear their weight, old friend. That fateful day, 7 years ago, my parents acted to save as many as they could. I was just a boy, lost in the panic, and I wouldn't have escaped were it not for all of you.
Oh, definitely.
In other words, I'm only standing here today because your swift action. So let me do what I can to give you peace in this new life.
Sure, but...
You honor us. Still, I fear your plea may fall on deaf ears with Lord Hydra. Devoted as he would seem to the church, he has brushed me off before as backwater refuse. All the more reason I should speak with him myself if that's how he sees you.
Right.
Let's go talk some sense to him.
You know...
I fear it might backfire if we... Wait, you're coming too? Moving forward, we'll be in no shortage of trouble. I'd rather you not have to aid my personal woes to that. Okay, so... Gee, what I thought would have been good answers were bad ones. So... I'll make the time then. I insist. That's what friends do. This seems too shallow. This seems too forward. This just seems honest.
It'll be fine.
We're friends though, aren't we?
You.
Oh, there we go. That was the best answer. Very well.
Thanks.
Either way, it's reassuring to have you by my side. On behalf of both me and my house, you have my gratitude. I can feel Stroll's deep trust in me. Yay, rank up.
I feel more courageous when I'm with you.
Warrior's Enlightenment reduce the mag cost of studying the warrior. Undaunting Spirit. When Stroll attacks a human-type monster, critical hit increases. You have my thanks as well, Sir Tobias. I have no doubt the young master is in capable hands.
Huh?
Please, enough with the young master thing. We need not stand on ceremony.
Let's head back.
I would have us meet Lord Hydran without delay, but the sun is going down. Let us return for now and meet with him another day.
What is it? All right then.
Seems Custodian bed, still crying. Sucks.
What is it? Amazing.
Let's cook some food today.
You're a big help. Next up is...
We finished preparing the fish, so now we just have to put these in the pot. Okay. Ah, okay. And I think this was the best outcome.
Let's try this.
Whoa. Nice job.
Now then.
Hey, I'm open-minded now. Huzzah!
Tolerance.
'Tis one of the virtues a ruler must possess. If thou aspire to true sovereignty, take up a mantle of benevolence, which shall spur thee to aid thy people.
Why, that's...
A conqueror needs that precious kindling with which a follower's passions may be inflamed. Alright.
It would seem the disaster was averted.
I wonder what message would have said if I had not. Game over, obviously.
Right then. Today's Forden's big announcement.
Wonder what he's planning. I guess the church has to have some reaction to all that stuff the king said.
Whatever it is, Luis won't be able to just ignore it. This might be a day that goes down in history.
So in other words, your tolerance is already better than a school administrator's cowardly zero-tolerance policy they like to highlight.
Sanctifex Forden has spoken. The giant face in the sky, the massive rocks appearing throughout the land, and the mysterious voice claiming to be the past king. The Sanctus Church has officially recognized these happenings as the will of His Royal Majesty.
So it really is His Majesty?
And so, as His Majesty has decreed, whoever has gained the greatest trust of the people by the day of decision shall be our new king. This is a historic moment, good citizens. It's revolutionary. It's unprecedented. No matter who you are, you can take the throne.
Anyone?
Even me. If, and this is a big if, you are the person that all our people trust most in their hearts.
Maybe you could be king yourself, eh? You're popular enough.
Me? In charge? Well, that's the last thing this country needs. Right, let's review what we know, shall we? First, the new faces that have appeared on the rock. It shows us who's foremost in the running. We've worked out that much. The top 3 of the lot are also shown in the sky. Suppose that way you can see their inspiring faces anytime, anywhere.
Hold on. How's us common folk supposed to stand a chance against all these upper crusters?
And also, has anybody explained who the third face is yet? Because I still don't know who the third person in the running is. Who's as close to Foreign and Luis?
Say you do become popular. With your face clear for all to see, surely that'd make you a prime target for assassination.
Not quite, friend. Not quite. A valid concern, but one His Majesty prepared for. Popular aspirants, at least those who make it onto the rock, are protected by royal magic. Assassinations off the table. Magic chains will spring to life and bind anyone who tries. I saw it happen with my own eyes to Count Luis's sorry assailant.
So, literally anyone could be king? Even a pauper? Or a slave? Or a criminal?
But hold on, you mean to say we might not be ruled by Clamar? What does that mean for us?
Right, I've said my piece. You know all I know. Now go forth, ladies and gents, and spread the word! Whether you're from our fair capital or the middle of nowhere, the crown's within your grasp. Anyone in the land could be our next king.
I heard the announcement. The Church has chosen to recognize this face's words as crown sent, and shall abide by them.
They conceded that one quickly. Though I suppose it's a hard thing to deny, what with the royal palace hanging up there in the clouds.
Had they rushed a coronation for His Eminence Forden, it would have dashed any hope of reinstating His Highness. A small comfort.
I can tell from your face there's some bad news, too.
Do you recall those chains that froze Alsace in place? It seems that, too, was part of His Majesty's magic. Plainly, any candidates of sufficient favor cannot be deposed by force.
That's not good.
That's not good.
No, 'tis not indeed. This marks Luis as nigh untouchable. I will still seek to find him. Yet, even should we stand before the man himself, we could not kill him.
No! If we can't kill him, then how do we break the curse?
What the hell was the king thinking? Grius was trying to save his son. He died for it.
Even so, without this magic, no aspirant would be safe from assassination, leaving Luis to dominate through sheer martial strength. We appear to be at an impasse.
Everyone, have you seen Maria?
Did something happen?
I checked her room and she isn't there. She wouldn't just leave without telling anyone. I couldn't deal with losing both of them.
It's all right. Just try to stay calm.
I've searched all around the place, but I couldn't find her. When I think of what might happen to her...
If she left her room on her own, she must have had some reason.
Let's go search for her. If we head into town, we might find some clues.
I feel like I might already know where she's going.
Where?
Maria, where are you?
You're kidding.
Where could Maria have gone?
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say...
Let's go.
No.
Tournament?
Him?
How did I wind up here?
Oh, wait, what?
Hello there.
Do you know that little half-blood? That little half-blood girl? You can't let a girl like that walk the streets alone. You're just asking for trouble. She just went inside. Oh, wait, you let her pass? Why? The way her eyes looked, I'd not be the one to stop her now. She's been coming to pray for a while, no matter how many glares she gets. Come to where her papa died.
Huh? Why?
Everyone was worried about you.
Sorry. Papa hasn't come home. And I always come here whenever I'm feeling lonely. One time he came here to get me. I remember because he called my name. But I pray, and he still doesn't come back. Maybe because the cathedral is broken?
Maria.
Miss Fabienne says Papa can't come home anymore. But I know... Papa's gone away. He's gone somewhere I'll never see him again. Hasn't he? It's going to be so lonely. The loneliest it's ever been. But I have to be strong, don't I? But if it gets any lonelier, I don't know if I can do it.
I'm sorry. I promised we'd all come back together.
Why does everyone always leave? Mum was sick. The king and prince are gone. And now Papa? Why does everyone always leave? Is it my fault? I really did my best to be a good girl, but...
That's not why.
He's right, Maria. It's not your fault at all.
Listen to me, all right? Your father, he was fighting a very bad man. We were with him, but we couldn't protect him. I'm sorry.
I remember Papa saying something like that. He said, a really bad man might be our king. Is that part of it?
It's going to be all right. Don't worry.
I hope the next king is as nice as you. Then maybe things won't always be so sad.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. The prince told me that once.
I think I understand the king's intentions now. Maybe this is the sort of tragedy he was trying to end. Maybe he wanted a world where the crown goes to one who acts like a king ought to. Not whoever's willing to spill the most blood to do it.
You may be right. But much as we wish it, this is not a fight that might be ended through words alone.
Even so, we have to try.
Maria, you're safe! Oh, you had me worried sick.
I'm sorry for leaving on my own.
No, it's all right.
Miss Fabienne, I'm hungry.
Maria. Yes, that's right. Let's all sit down for some supper together. Thank you for finding her.
It looks like she's worked things out.
She's a strong girl.
But we've more troubles ahead. How now do we resolve this curse upon His Highness?
If Luis is the curse's caster, we've got to kill him to dispel it. So how do we do that if he's shielded by the king himself?
I wish I could report back, but the prince is still asleep, and we're losing time. I don't think going back to the village is an option.
We cannot lose faith yet. There must be some further course we can pursue.
Well, there's the church's announcement. I expect they're trying to stop a wave of rival candidates from flooding the standings. I doubt the church would accept this popularity contest if they didn't already have a plan to game it.
True enough. I can only wonder at their aims. For today, we should content ourselves with rest and recovery.
It's a Stroll's turn to go into the book.
Sorry, did I wake you? Laying here, I always end up caught in my own thoughts. Grius and Maria. The prince. Just thinking in circles again. Not good, is it?
I'm not awake enough for this.
Try to calm your mind. Don't be so tense.
Fair enough. I suppose if I've any real weaknesses, it's that I don't know how to relax. That book, is that the novel you're always carrying around? Feels like months ago now that I spotted you buried in it on the carriage ride to the fort.
Want to read it?
If you don't mind, since we've finally some room to breathe. Oh, interesting. It's written through the lens of a fictional land. This bit's about the Utopia's security. In this world, there is no blood-stained contest for sovereignty. The people choose their sovereign from among themselves. One cannot put a sovereign to the sword to seize power. Such an act would be met with scorn and judged as murder. Taking power or wealth by force is seen as the most shameful of transgressions. Couldn't be further from reality, could it? We've a Kingslayer on the brink of seizing the throne right now. And this idea of competing for public support. Here it sounds so commonplace, but the idea's thrown us all into chaos. Interesting. Perhaps I'm overthinking, but it sounds almost like the aim of the King's magic. You suppose there's some common inspiration? Still, I don't imagine this would turn out well in the real world. In public opinion, tribal perspective always divides us. Besides, does a decision made by the people guarantee it's right? Tribal squabbles aren't always political. Take us Clamars, for example. It can be hard for us to see outside the bubble of our own worldview. We're the majority, and the tribe of the royal bloodline besides. That privilege can make us insensitive. A problem with no easy solution, I fear. Lofty words. I can hardly come to terms with my own ideals. Still, the discussions helped clear my head a little. Thank you. I've been so fixated on killing Luis, but maybe we could look into whether that's really the only way to lift the curse. Sleep should come easier now. Think I'll give it another chance. Wait, how long have you been asleep?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Arbor's Day, the 23rd, early morning.
Ladies and gents, have you heard the news? The curtain's about to rise on the show of a lifetime. To choose our new ruler, we're going to give all of you a chance to take center stage in a show of power for the whole kingdom. And we call it the Tournament for the Throne. Our aspirants will set out on a grand tour of the 3 allied nations' capitals, taking part in a variety of exciting trials. First, we have the Exhibition of the Brave. Slay a monster plaguing our fair people and bring its head to Oceania's capital in time. Biggest find takes the win. Official word is, this event's open to all. So what do you think, ladies and gents? Are you in it to watch, or in it to win?
Chatter, 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 rubber, 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 rubber.
Stroll? Why call us so early in the morning? What is that journal?
I had Fabienne bring it up. Something occurred to me, so I asked her to go through Grius' personal effects.
Hey, looks like he was investigating the curse too.
There's a note here. Given the spell's complexity, it must have required a scribed formula.
You mean to suggest Luis possesses a written composition of the curse somewhere? And if we can find that...
Yes! I'd wager, even if we can't kill Luis, we might still have a shot at breaking the curse.
But that attack took place years ago, didn't it? This curse's formula could be lost for good.
We have little choice but to hope it's not. I'm not saying it will be easy. And the real trick will be finding it. We wouldn't leave it unprotected.
That reminds me. A crier for the church was handing these out.
A flyer for the Tournament for the Throne. This popularity contest is state-sponsored now. An interesting gamble for those politicians. I like the bit about all this being in the interest of fairness, those weasels. But saying it's being organized by the state. The throne's empty. This smells like the theocracy at work. Probably Forden himself.
You think Forden's looking to fix the competition in his favor? He's been in first place this whole time.
In the interest of fairness, remember? If he wins a fair race, he gets legitimized, and Luis gets put on the back foot.
That bodes ill. Those with existing support could easily solidify their claim. Even should His Highness wait, he may lose the throne.
If we don't hurry and find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk. What are we supposed to do?
I guess you may have heard me grunting and all that stuff. Sorry, I had to take care of a mess I kind of made. So I don't know what the first one said, but as an elder, I'm an outcast in the city. I think that gives us an advantage here. Let's see, we enter the tournament, we get the people's attention, make Luis come to us.
We'll make Luis come to us.
How would we accomplish that? We're but strangers to him, and he gains nothing from it.
You really don't think there's a way?
Couldn't we get the people's attention somehow?
How do you mean?
If we make ourselves too obvious, we're likely to have an even harder time getting close to Luis.
What should we do to get closer to Luis? Only one answer, huh? Okay.
Let's enter this tournament for the throne.
Huh? Hey, were you even listening to us? Besides,
Well, you didn't accept the other
isn't exactly in a position to take part in...
Wait. It sounds crazy, but I think he might be onto something there. This could be just the excuse we need to get close to Luis. He doesn't care about your tribe so long as you prove capable, yes? That's what Zorba was saying. Which means, even though the world looks down on you as an elder, having the power to kill humans puts you in his good graces.
You're going to make him a candidate for the throne?
If all we need to do is get Luis's attention, then that's sure to get the job done. If we're lucky, he might even try to recruit us.
I see. An undercover operation, is it? Quite a gambit. But it may well be our best chance at finding this formula.
Just hold on a second. Getting Luis's attention is all well and good. But remember who's actually risking their life here.
Pardon me. Infiltrating Luis' ranks will be dangerous. If I'm found out, I'll be good as dead. And actually, I have a problem with this. Don't you think Luis would have found out you three stopped Zorba from doing his thing? Or is Luis going to completely distance himself from Zorba and be blind and deaf to what happened so that he has no clue that any of you four were involved? Let alone not even know you were in line with Greece. I'm just saying there's a lot of things here that is an unknown that could go sideways if you truly are banking on the fact that Luis would not already know you four exist. Okay.
What do you think? Having heard all this, do you want to enter the running?
If it's for Maria's sake.
I see.
Right.
Also, hello there.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. No matter who someone is, they deserve a fair country. If it's to help achieve that, I will stand for the prince as a candidate for the throne.
Sheesh. So much for being a guide. Now you're the one leading me around.
Your resolve has marked you a fine fit for the role. I have trusted you with my life before, and would gladly do so again.
Okay. I'm enjoying it so far. I wasn't entirely certain I would gel with the story from what I've seen, to what little I had seen from it when it came out, but I'm actually quite enthralled with the story so far. And I love RPGs where I can just grind the heck out of things and just try to prove myself I can overpower before boss battles. Or see if I can do better than certain other people who tend to not pick up on the mechanics all that quickly. Not being a prude, not being an asshole or anything. Platinumed it the other day. Nice. Yeah, I know a friend of mine who is most likely on his way to platinuming this game himself, so I've got my work cut out. I have played Persona 3, the PS2 version, when it came with FPS, it came with the extra story bit at the end. I unfortunately have not gotten a chance to play any of the other Persona games. I have watched that same friend play through bits and pieces of 4 and 5, but mostly got to see the whole story or a version of it through anime, including watching Persona 4 twice when they released the golden version that had, like, along with the extra bits and character that's thrown in the golden version, they also did a nice bit of changing up some of the dialogue choices, so it kind of felt a little fresh than just simply rewatching the same thing all over again. So I like what the anime company did with that there. Alright, got your Curious' journal. It is now the afternoon.
Good heavens. Haven't you put yourself in enough danger? Listen to me. I don't want you going down the same path he did. Are you really this set on running off again?
He's platinum the most recent Persona 3 game, so I believe I think he's platinum the other ones as well. Don't quote me on that. I might have to double check. I'm pretty certain I know he'd be dedicated to doing as much as he can before he might have to give it up, but yeah, I think he has. Are we really set up right now?
I have to carry on his legacy.
I see. Well, I'm sure he'd be glad to hear it. I'll be cheering for you in this mess of a competition. Truth be told, I wish I could do more than feed and shelter you.
What's the competition?
It's a big grand race to see who will be the next king. The whole country will be watching.
So you're going to try and become king? Wow! Then I'll cheer for you as loud as I can.
You have your first advocate, it seems.
Suppose you'll have to actually try for the throne now, eh? Your Majesty.
I'll never actually succeed. I hadn't thought of that.
That was the plan from the start.
That's the spirit.
Well, if we want Luis to notice you, we'll have to make quite a stir among the people. Maybe reaching for the throne will do it.
Does that mean you're not coming back?
No, we'll be back. Although we might be a while.
I don't like when it gets lonely.
Maria.
But I'll be cheering for you. I hope you win the race. You be a good king.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
Now, we'd best get registration out of the way, but we'll need some legs for the journey. It's mostly lawless wastes between cities.
Judging by this specified deadline, we're unlikely to reach the Principality of Oceana's capital in time on foot.
I bet all these fancy nobles have their own gauntlet runners to ride in.
A carriage might save our chances, if we could find one. Perhaps we split up for now. I'll leave you two to the registration. They should be taking entrance at the recruitment center.
Then to the So there we go. And here we are.
This should be the place, right?
Excuse us, we're looking to join the tournament for the throne.
Aye? Bit young, ain't ya? And who's the kid? He with you?
I'm not a kid. I'm asking the questions here. I'm the one entering.
I'm the one entering.
You? Really?
I've not heard of any age restrictions. There a problem?
Well, I'd not have thought it, but you're an elder, ain't ya? And you want to be king. Well, the novelty of it might win you some looks.
Could you just do your job, please? Can he register or not?
Ah, an elder. Now that I think of it, weren't you in that pack of recruits that went off to the northern fort? Thought I heard they were all wiped out.
Yeah, just commenting. Missing one little thing, or missing the time to do one little thing in those kind of races to platinum things, absolutely unnerved me sometime. Especially, like, I think there was a game I played where it was just like, it was a matter of just getting the fastest time on something, or beating it the fastest game. It's like, one game, I don't remember what it was, it's just, I was always like a couple seconds, or just maybe less than a minute over, or less than a minute over, and it always irked me, and I think I gave up at some point. I'll have to look into what that game was again. But yeah, I know that feeling. It's like, gotta do it again.
What? We got a deserter turning up?
No, they said he'd just dragged the company down, so they left him at the capital. He, got on the captain's bad side.
Could swear I've seen you before, too.
No.
Well, hardly matters with no captain to verify it with. Go on, then. You can represent the lesser tribes so nobody complains.
Whew. That was a close one.
And, obviously, you're gonna need a carriage. Otherwise, the whole thing's off for you. You're obligated to attend the opening ceremony tomorrow. It'll be at the plaza at the Grand Cathedral. Don't be late.
We'll have to hope Hulkenberg can find us a carriage.
As for us, I expect we should see about finding a monster to slay. If it's not impressive enough, Luis won't look twice at you.
Some postings over there. They should be offering bounties on monsters the guard can't handle. Let's take a look.
Also, Klinger's still out there. He can be a big
Looks like
problem
everyone else
for
had the
us.
same idea.
One of these bounties is bound to make me stand out. But which? Bigger is probably better.
Hang on. There's nothing but small-time contracts here.
You lot here for this tournament, then? Bit slow, I'm afraid. Most of my worthiest monster bills have already been snapped up by other competitors.
How about requests on anything aside from monsters? Bounties include criminals too, right?
I suppose I've got one of those, yeah.
Let's see. Ugh, he's horrible. Heisme. A villainous kidnapper. Looks like the army's been trying to catch him for a while now.
This might just be perfect.
Whoa. You have any idea who that is? That man's an elite. An ex-royal knight, they say. He'd make short work of a scrawny little urchin. You can be sure of that. Besides, didn't you hear what it is they're actually looking for?
Oh, of course. It's about whoever can bring in the biggest monster head, right?
If you imbeciles can't even get that straight, you've no chance at winning. They want kingly types, not children play acting.
I'd smack your head if I wasn't.
Little... Is that the kind of competition we can expect?
I'd smack his head if I didn't respect that cute little beastie he had apparently by his side.
He was right about the rules, though. What are you thinking?
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
We're supposed to get a monster's head. So why are you going for a criminal? Any idea what he's up to?
Stop his evil deed. I'm supposed to get a monster's head, so why are you going to criminal? Stop his evil deeds. don't need to win. Maybe he has a big head? Well, yeah, actually, we don't need to win. We just need to impress Lewis. That's the whole point. We're actually trying to infiltrate him. Right? That's what Straw was trying to get at?
Maybe it's because we don't actually have to win?
Sharp as always, Captain. Don't worry, I'll explain everything later.
As long as you can convince Hulkenberg, I guess.
Ho there! Are you really taking the bounty on Heisme? You three must be heaven sent. Please, would you listen to our plight?
I talked to you earlier, briefly.
Your pardon, gentlemen. I'm Barton, a guard captain from Matira, a town to the south. The bounty on Heisme is up at my behest.
A guard captain? This fellow's made some powerful enemies.
We can't afford lenience. On top of his past crimes, Heisme has stooped to abducting our wee ones. Our children. Selling them off, some say. If our city becomes known for nightly disappearances, what sane resident would stay? Community and trade will dwindle and die.
But he's just a lone kidnapper, right? Even if he's some infamous criminal, why can't the guard handle it?
That's the trouble. He makes his hideout somewhere too dangerous for our soldiers to tread. Deep in the territory of vicious giant worms. We've no idea how he manages to operate out there without getting devoured himself.
I see. Tricky problem indeed.
He must be the Quizhack Cataract or something that controlled the giant of the worms.
I'd no choice but to swallow my pride and post a bounty. Yet no matter how many times I renew the bill, none have taken it. A pitiful sight, isn't it? A soldier who can't protect his home, whether by strength or by surrender. Laugh if you must.
No, I don't do that. You're not pitiful. We would never laugh. We want to help you.
We just want to help you.
You only cast away your honor in the name of protection. Nothing pitiful in that. Swallow your pride no more, man. We'll take your contract.
Thanks to you. That you'd accept such a perilous request, even with this tournament looming over everything. Closure. Thank you all. And thank God for bringing you to me. In that case, we shall meet in Matira, the old castle town. Please, make haste.
Well, no backing out of this now. You sure this is what we want?
Way I see it, if we want to make a big impact this late, it's going to take some creativity. Besides, this is apparently a knight-turned-kidnapper. The man can't be allowed to go on. What would His Royal Highness do in our place?
I guess that's fair.
I'll convince Hulkenberg. Somehow. You go on and accept the contract.
Hello there, and the demo of this game is longer than Cuphead's DLC? Well, how long into the demo did it go? I imagine only as far as the I would have imagined only as far as the human encounter at the fort. What's a whippersnapper doing like you're doing here? Don't tell me you're actually thinking of participating in the Tournament of the Throne. Audacity. Demo Man Gudar.
No, thank you.
That's rich. Blah, 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 blah. The ideal leader of the country is a dignified man of great age, one with years of experience, and yet upstart school children like you and Lewis dare to. It hardly matters. You won't be able to fight much longer, so struggle as you like. I'd be happy to give the eulogy at your funeral. I suppose he's a candidate too.
Hey!
Would it be right if we accepted the bounty contract by Heisme? Heisme? You sure you can handle that? You can't be held liable if you get yourself killed out there. Of course I can. You're an odd one, alright. Either that or you're just green. Head to Materia, you can probably get the information there.
Let's focus.
I'm glad I talked to this guy. I guess I needed to make certain I activated it. Okay, we got the contract. Let's head back to the inn for now. up into the floating island where
No registration issues, I trust?
Did it not start at the beginning? Huh. Oh.
No, indeed. And we found ourselves a perfect target.
Fine work.
Stroll.
See? She's convinced. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it. I'll prepare a map of the surrounding areas as well. But never mind that. Have you found us a kingly carriage?
Well, I have made some arrangements. How best to put it? The vessel itself is without peer. Supposedly, it will come to us on the day of the opening ceremony.
You don't sound too sure about that.
No, I'm certain. All I mean to say is, well, you shall soon see for yourself.
Well, under the circumstances, I'll take what we can get. And setting that up in a day. Not so bad having a knight on our side.
You needn't speak so. In truth, I've just resigned from the Knight's Order.
What?
It is only my bond of service I relinquish, not my title. We will shortly be seeking Luis's esteem. Should it come to light that I am a knight in active service, it may jeopardize our efforts.
Still, you didn't hesitate to leave. I can tell you're serious about this.
It was not an abrupt parting. I've come to doubt the Order since returning to find them serving the Santifex and not the Royals. Those who refused the Church's rule were cast out for their defiance. I only hope those fallen knights found useful employ elsewhere.
Sounds like you've been through a lot too.
Well, in any case, we can focus on our bounty contract now. Let's make sure we get some proper rest tonight.
The opening ceremony is tomorrow.
Let's rest.
I mean, I'm still full health. And
all right then.
That's new.
Now then.
Preparations seem to be proceeding without issue, well, apart from a massive overturn. Never mind. Overturn uncertainty. Never mind. Forgive me my mutterings. Just please do not be surprised, no matter what we're presented with.
Don't push yourself too much.
Tomorrow you depart. Maria will surely miss you dearly, so please come back and say hello when you can, even if it's only ever once in a while.
Hello.
Decided I'm heading to Brilhaven. It's much too boring to just spend my days at the inn. I'm going to see that so-called exhibition for myself. Goodbye, Elda. You'll do well to see the world too someday.
All right then. What now?
There's apparently an action for him. There's a new for her. Can I? I don't feel anything right now. Nope, never mind. Don't feel anything right now. I'd like to further my research, and yet more comes to mind, but I haven't achieved the task he asked me to accomplish yet. Yeah, I need to get a gunner archetype. I don't feel anything right now. Pardon me. I like the importance of the information brokers in this game. It's a neat feature. Okay, no one's available. Alright, then. Yeah, I think we're just going to bed then. Let's see Maria since I came back from the recruitment center. Wonder if something's wrong. There's
right.
gotta be something I could do outside. Nope, they won't even let me. Alright, then yeah, I guess I'm just going straight to bed. The bed is simple, clean. It is simple but clean, and has the aroma that reminds me of a clear sunny day. Instead of calling it a night. Not giving me much else to do.
Can I come in?
You can't sleep?
No, that's not it. You're all leaving tomorrow, right? I'll be cheering for you. So I just... Oh no, I promised Miss Fabian I wouldn't cry.
Oh, it's all right. You don't have to worry.
Papa was trying to stop a bad man, you said. And that's what you're all doing too, isn't it? Please come back home safe. I'll be waiting here as long as it takes.
Wait for me.
Yep, I'll be waiting. The next time I see you again, can you tell me more about the outside world?
This one's important.
Promising returns. Maria is waiting for us to return home. Regale her with tales of strange and distant places we visit. No deadline. Reward is a curative Connie roast. So I guess just make sure to come back to her once in a while we're out and about.
I never got a chance to say this to Papa. So, thank you. I'll go to bed now.
Captain, may I have a moment?
Sheesh.
Good night.
Can a guy get some sleep here?
I was hoping for a chance to speak before we set out. Since our meeting, I've done nothing but impose on you. Now, you risk your very life for this cause. 'Tis no easy burden. It pains me to see. When I think of how this may yet save His Highness, I lose sight of all else. Such disregard ill becomes me.
Don't worry about it. That's putting it mildly. You're truly devoted to him.
You truly are devoted to him, aren't you?
I suppose I am at that. A guiding oath of 12 years is not easily cast aside. But that book... We met once before, on a carriage bound for the capital. Do you recall?
Now that you mention it, I do.
My apologies. I thought only to minimize casualties, one way or another. So, 'tis a novel envisioning an ideal world. Curious to see a utopian novel these days. I'd thought them long since banned. Ah, you needn't worry. I've no intention of taking it from you. I've sometimes wondered why such books were forbidden. Rumors say the Sanctists objected to their contents. Yet I wonder, how could a simple book have possibly stung them so? Do you mind if I read a passage or two?
No problems with that.
So, it is a fiction written as if a personal account. This chapter seems to concern the system by which the nation's leader is decided. In this country, one cannot become even a statesman, much less sovereign, without the consent of the people. Those who aspire to statecraft must first solemnly swear before the people what they will do in service of their country. Should they earn title but break their word, they are denounced and stripped of power. Such is the authority of the people. In this way, it is the people who are the land's true king. Quite the opposite of our own country. Now I see why our upper echelons would abolish such texts. Had our lands embraced such accountability, perhaps His Royal Highness would not have suffered such a fate. No. As a knight, 'tis not my place to say. I must clear my head of these fantasies. In the end, clinging to a dream will do me no good. Oh, I suppose 'tis not so bad to dream now and then. It takes power to walk the path of our dearest hopes. Perhaps that is the purpose of this newfound strength. My dearest dream. 'Tis to save His Highness, even at the cost of my life. Nothing more.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Metals Day. Early morning. Ooh, cutscene time.
Judah!
Lady Judah!
Okay, who is she?
Faraway sky, blue and clear.
Ah.
Echo my wish, so that all may hear. One and all born to this land, as here we stand. Let us
Cute
find
mouse.
the rising dawn, hand in hand. Faraway sky. Faraway sky so clear. Let life be let my wish echo. Concept soul far beyond the
So, is she like a famous singer of the realm? Never heard of her till now. Also, what is she? I don't see horns. I don't see a tail or wings. But she's
Even
obviously
I'm feeling the heat. Well, I suppose it's time to fan the flames.
Obviously, she and the
Ladies
Elder.
and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the inauguration of the Tournament for the Throne! For the first time, the crown is anyone's to claim, as long as the aspirants can complete 3 grueling challenges.
Wow, a Sanctus Crier! He's perfect for this!
Let's discuss the venues. We kick off in the west, in the Pearl of the Coast, the Principality of Oceania's harbour city capital, Port Brilehaven. There, they face their first challenge, the Exhibition of the Brave. Each contender must bring back the head of a monster, a mark of their prowess and courage. Next, our would-be monarchs head east. Upon the misty peaks, we arrive in the Principality of Montario's beautiful city of faith, Altaberry Heights. And finally, our heroes make their well-deserved return home to Grand Trad. But first, let's do introductions. It's time to meet those risking their lives for the crown. Closest to the throne, I know him, you know him. It's Sanctism's one and only 78 Sanctifex, His Eminence, Forden!
Well, I'm starting to have
Victory
less
to Sanctifex Forden!
faith that he's a good guy.
I claim no great ambition, nor any heated calls to action. All I wish is to restore order for our people and to safeguard our land from the threats beyond. This chaos we face is but one of God's many trials. Let us restore our kingdom's glory together!
Moving right along, we come next to His Eminence's champion, the very spear in his hand, the warrior monk captain of the Crown Theocracy, Master Giddo!
I come before you only in loyal service of His Eminence. I relinquish the throne to him gladly. But those who would seize the crown by force, I will teach you to fear God and to fear me!
So much for this being a fair competition. How many horses do the Sanctus have in this race? Still, it's not over by far. The Luis supporters won't take this lying down.
What cowardice, Friar! Where's Count Louise?
Right, all right, settle down. At this time, I can report that Count Luis has not applied to enter the tournament.
What? He's not even entering? Then what becomes of us? Our entire purpose in this race was to get closer to him.
Don't worry. He's definitely paying attention. He's only in second as it is, so we can't afford to ignore this whole production. Sit tight. I'm sure he'll make a move soon.
All right, all right. For those Count Luis supporters, you might want to meet our next entrant. A rising socialite, a man of ambition, godless and fearless, the brash young warrior serving Count Luis, Gladel, the Black Hound.
Yeah, I figured he was one of Luis's people.
So he was one of Luis's men.
The fallen king embraced Sanctism and all its holy tenets, and for what? He was nothing before Lord Luis. Look to the sky all you wish. No god can save you! What our country needs is power!
Also, he
Well,
seems to be
it's
interested
not
in
quite
bringing
all
in
the
people with
contenders,
purple.
but let's get on with the introductions. The great liberal merchant, it's Roger Ward. By war, by conquest, by right, it's Rudolph Krauss. In it more for the gauntlet runners than the throne, it's Lena Caden. Sure to be popular by pledging free drinks for life, it's Loveless O'Shea. Uplifting the beautiful and deposing the hideous, it's Milo Maurizio.
Wow. If we lose this, I think the country has some even bigger problems.
Now, I do believe we have one final candidate. Do we have an Elden boy present? Come on, let's see a face.
What? An elder? Disgraceful. Is this the only way you could think to distinguish yourself?
Yeah, what are we expecting? Although, none of you
By the
recall
way,
that...
the ride you applied with still hasn't arrived. And if it doesn't show up by the time the noon bell rings, you're disqualified. All right?
Hey! What's going on?
That nitwit! What is he doing?
So, contestants, are you ready?
What? Last, I say! Wait! Found you behave!
I think our chariot arrived.
A land runner? It's quick!
Wait, it's headed right for them!
It'll crash! Whoa!
Nasty.
What the heck is that?
Wonderful. So much for a first impression.
What hell? Isn't he a marvel, chums?
You don't! You nearly brought down the cathedral! Have a care, you fool. It was bad enough when Luis did it the first time. That feckless, shameless old fool.
Not bad, kid. Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all. Right! I'd call that a full roster. Ladies and gentlemen, race across the land. Go! Prove yourself worthy and earn your crown. For the people, for the throne. Let the games begin!
We must take to the road.
Come on, come on!
Hold on to your butts.
So fast! Could
incredible!
Surprising, considering we didn't get much of a warm reception. I ended up standing out more than I expected. I've gained a lot of interest, but I only consider this a part of the mission to aid the prince.
Just a sec.
How is it morning if that was supposed to be the noon bell? Whoa, what's with this thing? Is this our carriage?
Can you hear me?
Shall I just run her along the main road, then? The others seem to be doing as much. You're just as crazy as this runner. I'll take that compliment, little lady. Now, let's have some coordinates for a little test run. What is happening right now?
Let's see.
We want to go to a place called Martira. Old Castle Town, I think. Should be a ways south. It's gonna take at least 3 to 4 days to get there. A city of the main road between Grand Cathedral and Port Braillehaven. The old castle looming over the city center is an incredible sight to behold.
Wow!
Yeah, okay. Martira, here it is. Down to Martira, eh? On this craft's legs? Oh, I'd say that'll be 4 days, 3 nights about.
Oh.
4 days and 3 nights? Pardon. That's a great deal faster than a carriage. And surely the roads will be safer at that kind of speed. Bully good. Now, clutch. My apologies. I thought I saw something in the corner of my eye just now, and I don't know how to explain it, but it freaked me out for a moment. I thought somebody walked into my room. Okay. Anyways. Bully good. Now cinch those britches, chops. Full steam ahead to Martira o Castletown.
This is amazing. I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is a hell of a craft. I can hardly believe she's ours to drive.
You're telling me that? Feels like ages since I've been out on the open road. This girl's been waiting long enough for her time to shine.
So this is what you used to talk with the driver? Convenient, that. Look, old fellow, are you really on our side? You realize we don't have funds to pay you.
Money? Ha! I'm not in this for the money, boy. What I want is a little gusto. What do you think, lad? Isn't this a rush?
It is at that. Like riding the wind.
That's the ticket. It's been so long since I've had a good chinwag.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Is it safe? Not interested. Nah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You've a good head on your shoulders, boy. Yes, I can tell you're a sharp one. Where to, ladies? The world is our shellfish.
You certainly are a different person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg! Can we get an explanation yet?
That man is Neurus. An Ishkia, if 'twas not obvious from the wings. And despite everything, He was heir to a noble house and personal machinist for the royal family.
What?
He's a master engineer, of course, positively peerless. But as you can see, the runners get him a bit excitable.
Something tells me he and the mouse gal, who's only in it for the gunner runners, might get along pretty well.
Yoras? Are you there? I'm coming in. Even amidst all this commotion in town, I find you buried in your work.
Too much to do.
As always. To business then. I must ask a favor. Would you be able to ready a carriage for me?
No new commissions. No time for them. Ask another right.
It is not the new one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, did you not accept a contract to build him a custom carriage? Without a formal owner, I reasoned that it must now lie unused. I was hoping I might borrow it a short while.
That ding up kind of gives me pause that he knows and might have. Well, I guess not, since we're writing it.
But, pish and tosh, woman. She is for royal use and naught else.
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need. Might I at least see it?
I mean, well,
'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it! Off with you now! Leave me be!
You've been acting stranger than usual. What ails you?
Whoa!
Good God. Is this a gauntlet runner? The very craft commissioned for His Highness the Prince? Even knowing His Highness was gone, still you toiled away. Oh, Neuros, you are an inspiration. Such nobility of purpose.
Yes. Right.
Yeah, I'm guessing he wasn't expecting the prince to ever come back for this. I think he was tinkering with this for his own needs.
However, for a craft meant for the royal family, it is rather excessive, isn't it? Did you really build this vehicle exactly to their orders?
Yeah, you see, about that.
You cannot mean...
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly. But then His Highness died, and... well, I couldn't just let the old girl waste away. A masterpiece like her? Collecting dust in storage? No! Unacceptable! Unthinkable! I'm working toward a dream. And this poor old girl is going to help me see it through. And then, finally...
You imbecile! A lowly, brazen court engineer butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy! Treason!
Mercy, please! Look, take my head if you must, milady. And leave the Valley runner alone.
Look, this runner... Tis fully operational now, is it? Then I suggest you cooperate, for both our sakes. Finish your tinkering by tomorrow and bring it to the Grand Cathedral as soon as you can.
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me and then pluck it for your own schemes?
'Tis no scheme. I would use it for His Highness's sake.
I mean, technically, it's a scheme on principle. I don't know.
For His Highness, eh? Hold a tick. Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God knows where, last I heard. So if you're back now and now you want a gauntlet runner for His Highness? Is His Highness still alive? That's it! I've got you, haven't I?
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come to repay His mercy.
Understood.
Alright.
Is that enough? Can this old duck really handle an undercover operation?
Old duck.
I know what you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this old duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Why, probably the world.
I think. Maybe.
How encouraging.
All I want is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And you? Well, I presume you'd rather work together than have to walk, eh?
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think?
It's better than nothing. If we die together. I think we can count on him.
I think we can count on him.
If you're sure, I suppose. We'll deal with it if we have to.
Either way, he knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices. We're all in the same boat. Or runner, I guess.
You lot can handle the fighting, and I'll handle all the driving and grease work. Just make sure you've got a proper plan for all this mess now.
This guy's got no filter. But he has a point. We do need to talk strategy.
So, summing up. Our first trial is to slay a monster. We take its head as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline. The bigger the head, the better. Our destination is Port Brialhaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this gauntlet runner should make it a snap.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and selling off children. Right?
A criminal? Did the task not specify a monster's head?
Don't worry, all part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing, we just need to get Luis's attention. Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that. Shows them we're there for justice.
But to deliberately violate the rules, we risk being disqualified entirely.
Why not get both? Take the felon and just get some random monster.
Then again, 'tis just as likely to win the people's attention and thereby Luis's. I do understand the intent. What do you think of this plan?
I trust all of you.
I trust all of you completely.
Good enough for me. A captain's got to trust his crew, after all. The bounty's Heismay, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet, 'tis strange indeed that we are hunting a mere man when the trial demands a monster. Then again, our true aim is beyond the ambitions of any other aspirant. Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Stroll.
Thank you. I'll try to ensure your trust isn't misplaced.
It is now the afternoon.
Righto. Then our course is set. Feel free to use anything in the Gauntlet Runner. Even got a bathing room if you could use a wash.
Good to know. We can always look around more thoroughly later.
Yes. You needn't tire yourself out before we arrive.
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fighting happens in the old workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no berry picnic. Oh, no. It's a den of wild beasts and savage scoundrels. And we'll not get past it without days on the road together. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He's certainly an eccentric, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. We'll get used to him, I suppose.
The Gauntlet Runner. The runner has various areas for different activities, such as strategy room, the lounge, and the kitchen. You can also visit Academia by finding more and interacting with them. Let's visit the engine room first. Take your time and have a look around.
Oh, yeah?
I've never been in a Gauntlet Runner. I kinda want to see what the engine room looks. Runner makes a smooth ride, at least. Eccentricities aside, he certainly earned his title as court engineer. That said, I'm more concerned with its unseen workings. I do hope he hasn't made any dubious additions. Ooh. Carriage can't begin to compete with a Gauntlet Runner's speed. I suppose they've earned their reputation. That I'm in constant fear of losing my lunch is far from ideal, but once I'm used to it, I'm sure the journey will be pleasant. Oh. There's a map showing the area surrounding the destination.
Let's see here.
I wonder where we're at right now. Just here.
Let's see.
There's the Northern Mines, there's the fort.
Which one?
That's our destination. But then this will also be our destination here. Pantry.
This is...
There's some Orger sugar and briny salt. I wonder who brought them here. I could use them for cooking. Not now. There are more pressing matters at hand.
Incredible!
Wow, so this room's made for bathing. Can we really just hop in mid-ride and take a real bath? Now that I could get used to. I call for a dip.
Hey!
Were you just going to stride up and strip nude? What do you think you are? Unacceptable.
You really?
It's a bathing room. Not to mention, no running water yet. Working on it. What? Unacceptable. It's stocked with food suitable for a long journey. I wonder... I would prefer to cook it first before eating it.
Got it.
It's a kitchen. Rare meals here.
Got it. Got it.
But not yet. Some books lined up. It's Nearest's personal collection of books. They're too technical for me to understand. Looks like a mess. Clean up this at some point. Our bed. Back deck.
What's this?
Beneath the cloth, there seems to be a big barrel. Wonder what that's used for. machine that does laundry, handmade by Nearest. There's nothing in it at the moment.
This?
Wonder what makes this thing run.
Hello?
First time on a gauntlet runner, eh? Well, that scared me. Looks like the pipes are in here too. Call the runner phone. There's one in every room. Now, I believe I heard you speculating on the old girl's inner workings. Gauntlet runners use magma crystals as fuel to run, you see. Used to be you'd take your life in your hands when you traveled the wilds. Then, thanks to the kingdom's greatest minds, the Gauntlet Runner was born. The runner's actual legs are based on a colossal beast, made for zero memento loss, even on the roughest terrain. Among other things, I've modified this craft with a bit more zip and speed, another step closer to my dream. What dream? Long story, my girl. Best told to a captive audience with no plans for the next few days and nights. Never mind then. Here's some other time. Anyway, still plenty about the old girl that's a work in progress, but by the time I'm done, she'll have some new tricks you just watch. It'll be sunset before long, so start thinking about bedding down for the night. Can't run in the dark, and the old girl needs her rest as much as we do. You will continue toward your destination while spending time on the Gauntlet Runner. Utilize its facilities to obtain items, raise abilities, or do other things you wouldn't be able to do in town. Try using the kitchen, reading books at the bookshelf, or using the washing machine. More activity will become available over time. You can also spend time with your allies while traveling, which may help to improve your virtues at the end of the day. The choice is yours. What about this thing? I've never seen an igniter like this before. Magic igniter, enormous compared to those used by the army. If I recall correctly, it uses magma crystals as fuel.
This?
Can sometimes cleanse the mind too. Doing laundry will take my mind off things, increasing my max MP.
Understood.
To know. Hey, more. Here is this research desk. This must be where new adventures are born. Some unique items are lined up here. There's personal belongings, I think.
Come on.
The weird tool is actually a cleaning igniter that Nearest modified to create wind that collects dust. Pretty nifty. I know it's hard, but all the lifting and bending over's sure to strengthen your legs, yeah? This will raise my max HP.
Got it.
I want to do it now? Gotcha. So we got something that will raise MP and then HP. That's a fluffy bag that's perfect for sitting on. If I sat on it, I don't think I'd be able to move. I've never smelled the fragrance before. I can't tell whether it's used for food or fuel. Use the Gauntlet Runner's cooking table to whip up some food for you and your allies. Eating prepared meals can grant your parties various positive effects. To cook, you'll need ingredients, buy them, win them, or find them lying around. Try to experiment as much as possible. If you've made every dish at least once, you may learn how to create the ultimate culinary masterpiece. There are some ingredients here. Maybe here's one shot. Pretty much to make red grass. Not certain for that. Whose handwriting is that? There are notes here about new potential recipes. That's a lot of recipes. Want to make something? So we should try to have everyone teach us their fully. Let's cook, but not now.
Alright.
Maybe I should go in while no one's in use.
Right.
I feel refreshed after spending some time in the bathroom. Alright.
Speaking of...
He said he got a kitchen up and running. If you're hungry, fancy a meal. Hardly consider myself a chef of any great skill, but Stroll said he wanted to try some of the recipes he learned at the Hush Honeybee. I feel drunk. Are you okay? I'll survive. I handed the sway into the carriage, but this... it's another beast. Seems I'll need to learn to endure it. This door must lead to the end of the Gauntlet Runner. It's locked tightly to prevent accidental entry. Cockpit appears to be above. Mind the rope, lad. Wouldn't want you to go overboard. Perhaps I should stay away. Alright, well, I think for now I'd like to raise my MP. This is permanent, or would this be temporary though?
Understood.
Okay, let's wait, hold on. Someone else's laundry's in here. I'll go get them, and then they can do their laundry with us.
Now then.
Got to keep the water at a consistent temperature to avoid staining the clothing. Why am I a master of laundry, you ask? Because my parents practically beat it into me. Any noble who can't wash his own clothes isn't worth the fabric he wears, or something to that effect. I had to learn all about different materials. In hindsight, I think they were trying to teach me not to take advantage of my title. Wisdom that still serves me to this day. The more time that passes, the more I understand how great my parents were. I did laundry and extol the virtues of clean clothes. My body and mind refreshed, I feel my NP has increased by 3. That didn't feel blah. I also found some money in the washing machine. Must have gotten mixed in the laundry. Well, it's not mine, I don't think. Why don't you just hold on to it? 5,000. Good chunk of change.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at the desert camp as the scorching sun sinks below the horizon, and the curtain of night falls over the land. Protected within the stalwart hull of the Gauntlet Runner, the party gains a short, peaceful respite.
It is now night. At night, the vast wilderness outside town is scorned in darkness. Forcing your way through the unmarked terrain is very dangerous, even with a stalwart gunner runner. Instead, establish camp somewhere safe. You can resume your travels the next morning. While on an encampment, you can use any of the facilities on the Gauntlet Runner like usual, but you can also reminisce about the journey with your allies. 3 days until we reach. Our first time camping in the Gauntlet Runner. I'm kind of excited, but it'll all be a long night, so why not spend some time relaxing with someone? And as much as I would like to do that, I think I'm gonna have to call it here tonight. I'm starting to feel the fatigue finally hitting me, so I'm gonna get some rest. But For those of you who are still among the chat, I thank you for keeping me company today and with the interesting information and all sorts. And for those of you who are just lurking in the background or watching these pre-recorded, thank you for tuning in. I hope I was able to keep things entertaining for you all. And I do wish you all a good rest of your night, morning, day, afternoon, evening, whatever it is in your neck of the woods. Take care and definitely stay safe, especially for tomorrow, potentially beyond. If you know what I'm talking about, this is going to be an interesting few days, or weeks, or month, or to the end of the year. It just depends what happens. But anyways, take care. Meow.